Get money, my type. Fast cars, my type. Fly as hell, my type. Designer drugs, my type. Big kit, my type. Lit wrist, my type. Thick bitch, my type. Rich bitch, my type. I don't even wanna fuck your bitch, she ain't my type. Bad bitch, my type. Two bitches, my night. How you rockin' Rick Owens and you out here on?
All right, y'all. Another episode of Deep Talk. Tell the folks who we got in front of the lens today, man.
And we got White Tiger Lover Boy in the building from Wilmington, Delaware, about to take over the world. What's happening?
What's happening, man? It's nice out here, ain't it?
It's beautiful out today. I'm glad I told you we should do this outside.
Yeah, this is the first of many. This is like the first since the winter time. This is like the first day it actually been this nice out.
Man, it's been brick as fuck outside for real. I've just been staying inside, just waiting for this kind of weather to happen, honestly.
So you said White Lover Boy?
White Tiger Lover Boy.
White Tiger Lover Boy. Oh man, I think I might just have to call you White Tiger. I don't know about the White Tiger Lover Boy. It's not a nickname to it, or they just call you it'd be the whole thing?
Shoot, people call me bunch of names. White Tiger, White Tiger Lover Boy, White Lotus, White Chocolate. Bunch of different names, honestly.
Right now. All right, so for the people that don't know, let the people know what you do.
Man, I'm an artist out of Delaware. I've been doing this about 3 years. Girls can make you write some crazy art. So, I was just going through some things. I've always written poetry. I tried to like rap back when I was younger, but nothing really just stuck. I feel like I didn't really have anything to like say at that point, but went through what I went through in all aspects of life, and eventually I was just like, I gotta get this shit out, man. I don't know where it'll take me, but like, let me just try it, see what happens. So been making music for about 3 years, all different kinds of music. I make melodic trap, rap, country, house music, anything you can think of, R&B, some Afro vibes, like really anything, honestly. If it sounds good, it sounds good.
Sure, I hear that. So basically, a woman made you start doing music.
In a way, yeah. Like she kind of got me back into like writing lyrics again, because she was doing like sound and like production stuff. So I was just like, hey, like let me get back to it. It was a little situation shit. Nothing really happened. It was just more internal things that weren't aligning with the external. So, eventually you get your heart broken so many times, and eventually it's just like you just gotta let this shit out.
Most definitely. I understand that. So, how you feel about the music scene in Delaware, man? What you feel about it? How you feel about it?
I feel pretty good about it. I think we're taking a lot of steps in the right direction. Kind of what we talked about earlier. I wish there was just some more love in the community, and just embracing that we all bring something different, rather than thinking like, I'm up here, y'all are here. This, just the whole politics of it all is a little exhausting, to be honest with you. But I definitely think that there's a lot of artists in Delaware that are really doing their own thing, and just kind of wanting to project off of that. I would definitely deem myself as one of them. Am I number one in the world? I don't know. I'd like to think I am, but if you don't think you're number one, no one else is gonna think you're number one.
That's awesome.
But I think the community is really starting to build. I just think we just gotta keep doing what we're doing. Just put more love into the community.
So, is there anybody that you want to work with that you haven't worked with out Delaware?
Out in Delaware, we've talked about it. It's just more of like actually doing it on both ends. But like Crooniverse, he's one of my favorite artists like ever. Like I love his music. I love what he does.
Okay.
I know our sounds are just like they're gonna mesh very, very well. Definitely someone that we've both talked about working with each other. It's just, you know, life happens and all that.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
But yeah, I would definitely say, yeah, Crooniverse is probably the first person that I can think of.
Okay. So, how many artists have you? Well, what's some of the artists that you have already worked with out here?
I've worked with Huey Baby. Shout out Huey Baby. I'm actually wearing his shirt right now. Human Family.
Okay.
B-Roy, that's my brother. Shout out B-Roy. We got a lot of stuff in the vault. Vision, UC Vision, shout out Vision. Pauly B, Be Nice. Well, I'm still waiting on my verse. I should be getting that this week.
Okay. Sometimes it takes time for perfection, you know?
Oh, definitely. Blueski, I've worked with a couple times.
Shout out Blueski.
Yep. Shout out Blueski. He's my brother. He just dropped Out of the Blue. Great album, honestly. Who else have I worked with? Those are the few that I can think. Oh, Tyreek. Shout out Tyreek.
Mm-hmm.
Another great artist from Delaware. That's Ryu. It's another great rapper. Smokes a lot. Bunch of people, man. And if it hasn't happened already, I'm hoping that it can happen in the future. So
Most definitely, man. I think the music scene is kind of moving along out here. I think this year somebody definitely gonna break through. Definitely, yeah. I think somebody definitely gonna break through. So let me ask you this: what you doing music and the music that you do, right? Do you see race plays a factor as like your audience, or you moving forward or not? This is a question.
bro,
I mean, you don't gotta answer it if you don't want to answer it.
no, honestly, like that, I never thought I would have been asked that question. Honestly, bro, I definitely do think it plays a big part.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
I ain't expect that answer. I ain't expect that.
I think, oh man, like, I really get love from like, let me start with this. I get love from everybody. Black, white, Latino, Asian. Music is music, heart and soul. It doesn't matter if you're black or blue.
Mm-hmm.
That the heart speaks for itself.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of, I feel first impressions, especially for me being a white artist coming out in Delaware. A lot of people I've just seen, I just think there's hesitation, you know. I think it's just more of like, okay, are you like what's your motive? You know, what are you trying to do? You know, and I think, I've definitely been, you know, people are like, oh, who's this white boy? Who's that? Blah, blah, blah. And, you know, they just think I'm just some Joe Schmo walking into the scene. But like, once they see me really go up there and do my thing,
Mm-hmm.
and they actually hear my sound, they're like, oh shit, like he different. You know what I mean? that's just what I've been told. But like, yeah, no, I definitely feel like it does play into the audience for sure. Yeah, no, I think that's a
I'm saying though, do you think it's motivation for you though? To
motivation
go harder?
to go hard. Absolutely, yes, because that makes me feel like, okay, I'm gonna just keep doing my thing, and the people that are gonna come are gonna be there. And the White Tiger community, everybody's accepted. There's not one person that's not allowed to be themselves and enjoy the music. You know what I mean? You know, that's really just what I strive for.
I mean, like I said, I wasn't expecting you to say that answer. But
Is it bad?
no, I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's bad. No, I'm not saying it's bad. I just feel like now, I don't think it plays a part now. Because I think we got so many mixed races doing music, and it's like, especially in hip hop, it's like, it's not like that no more. If you got talent, you got talent. Now, if you're talking about back in the day, then yeah.
Yeah,
But-
no, and really, like, what I'm referring to is like a very like narrow group. It's no one even really specific, but it's just more of like energy that I felt just when I talk to people. It's just kind of like like they're not taking you serious, you know what I mean? Maybe because of how I look. And you know, I can't expect others to think like me. I don't judge off looks. I've been judged off looks my entire life. I'm a big dude. I've been skinnier. I've been even bigger. You know what I mean? At the end of the, you know, people are gonna judge you one way or another. But for me, when it comes to music, like I don't even life. I don't judge off that. You know what I mean? It's if you're a good person, you make good music. That's what it's about. But no, I definitely like know what you're saying. Because like I do get a lot of love in Delaware. Like I do know that. Even if we don't speak every day, you know, I know that I got people behind me. People love what I'm doing. Like I had a release party back in December for my project, I'll Tell You When You're Older. I had like 30 heads in the building. I was like, I got you know,
Like that?
you know, like first event ever. There was a couple other big events going on. There was some weather shit too. Like, bro, I've seen artists where they just have only a few people come out, maybe 10.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's, you know, I got more traction than I think, and it's because I'm not seeing how I look from an outside perspective. It's because I'm in this shit. That's why I'm thinking like, oh, I gotta go harder. I gotta do this. This isn't enough. I need to post more. You know, it's just that balancing of things. But yeah, no, I mean, I think it definitely, it plays a role to an extent, but I don't think that it's as much as it used to be with your perception, or not your perception, but your image to who your audience is. I feel like it's very mixed, but I feel like there are also no, this is what I want to say. I feel like it is very mixed now. It is very accepting. I feel like there's just still a few layers of like assumptions and stuff, just being like, oh, you know, just based off how you look, whether it's skin color or image. Just I feel like, and that's just human, you know what I mean? I mean, we all have that natural perception of somebody, until I think you really get to see like who they are, what they do, how they carry themselves.
Now, do you feel like you gotta leave Delaware to make it?
I'll say this.
Mm-hmm.
When I perform in Delaware, I get a decent amount of love. When I go out of Delaware, Philly, down south, etc., the vibe and the love is so much different. Like, and I think more naturally that's just because of the music that I make. I don't think it necessarily has to do with like people, but I feel like Delaware overall, I feel like what's like popping is like, you know, this certain like drill rap or like this offbeat rap, and just Delaware tries to sound like other places, I've noticed. Which I don't think that's entirely a bad thing, but I just think it's like when you're trying to create that sound, that like you can't be too much like other people, especially when you're trying to put on a whole state. But I mean, look, wherever I go, I'm gonna say I'm from Delaware. I'm not gonna make it seem like, oh, I came from the city I blew up out of or whatever. I'm always gonna say Delaware because I genuinely think Delaware has some really, really good artists. Like I've even been to shows in Jersey, Philly, like just tri-state, even in the South, Midwest. Like I've just been to shows and I'm like, bro, the 20 artists that y'all got, I could bring 5 and they could outperform you. Their music's better, their engineering's but like there's just so many layers to this that I feel like Delaware is not being, you know, it's not being shown. And like no hate to anywhere else. Like I mean, I've met a lot of great artists from different places, but it's like when you go to a lot of showcases and you do a lot of events and you start to venture out into these different areas and you're like, that's crazy, you sound just like this, or hey, you have a good song, but it's like the performance wasn't exactly all the way there. And it's like these are cities and places that get a lot of love, but it's like the places that don't get a lot of love, like Delaware, like as I said, it's like I can bring 5 artists right now that could outperform like anyone in this building.
I feel like the numbers. So when you go to other states and you feel like you get more support out there, when people feel like they get more support, y'all got to understand that the population of Delaware is very small compared to the other cities that everybody's trying to compare it to.
Right.
So you might have only 100 people come or 50 people come here. That might be a lot compared to the people that listen to the type of music that you listen to and come out there, compared to a bigger city that might be more just because it's bigger. The population is more people.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So I think people get that misconstrued a lot too.
Yes. Because
the state is small, the population is small.
Oh, we only have a million people in Delaware. I don't even think we've hit over a million. So then when you go to Philly, where there's a few million people living in the city, it's like
you gonna see the more people come and support anyway. It's just bigger,
right?
Like New York, it's just bigger, you know. But I feel like just a little bit of support you get out here is big. It's major because, you know, we don't really like support too much,
right?
And when we do, I think it's major.
Yeah, no, I definitely think what we're doing out here is really good, and that's, you know, as you said, is because like we have such a concentrated population. So then it's like when you do go to other places, it feels different. But even just the crowd, you know what I mean? Like even just the crowd out here, like I just feel like it. And maybe it's because of what I do, you know what I mean? I don't know if it's personal. I show love to wherever I can perform, but I feel like, you know, with me doing a lot of like, you know, rock inspired music, you know, a lot of like 808s and like just a different sound, even like country aspects. I just feel like even just demographically, there are places that certain people's music are going to have more traction at the end of the day.
You're definitely right about that, man.
But also, I mean, personally, I don't think Delaware is really used to my sound anyway. You know, it's not trying to sound like one person, or it's going in this direction or that direction. It's just a direction.
You know? And what you said the genre of music you would say your music is?
Like, to put it into layman's terms, just very very easy to understand, I would just say melodic trap music. So like more like a lot of melodies over a lot of beats that have like a lot of trap influence to it. Like drums wise. Like, but that means that, you know, it can have an R&B feel. It can have a country feel. It can have a rock feel. Alternative, like I would say like alternative trap music. I would say, but like I really tap into everything.
Wasn't you the one that was on the track with Blueski, Black and White Ranger?
Yeah,
That's my favorite song, bro. He'll tell you that. I'll tell him that's it right there, bro. That's different.
Nah, I was in one of his sessions just to show love. And he played the song and like he showed it to me and I was like, bro, I was like, this is crazy. Like this is so good. We gotta do something like this. And then it was like a week later and he had like another session, I think. But he hit me up before and he was just like, yeah, I don't like how it sounds. I want you on there. I was just like, you want me on there? I was like, okay. So he kind of gave me he sent me the song. I did my thing. We laid it down and like, yeah, that's definitely like one of my favorite songs. It's just like, that's the perfect epitome of just like country blues, like rap music, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's different because the country feel, it's like I seen a little bit before that song came out, it was Crips that made a country song. Crip rapper that made a country song.
2024 was another.
And it got a lot of traction because it was different. You know, hood mixed with country.
Right.
So same thing with that song. Like with the hip hop and country fits, it's different when that's mixed. And that's that recipe is crazy, man.
That's really what I'm like trying to push now is like not even so much country, just more of that vibe. But making it my own, more importantly. But like it's just so like that's a sound that people are slowly creeping up on, but like I feel like soon like that's about to be like all over, you know what I mean? Like, so if you're making music, you know, branch out a little bit and just try it, you know what I mean? Like that's some of my favorite vibes to make now, you know?
Yeah, man. I definitely try to hear some more of that. Definitely trying to hear some more of that. That song is like, yeah, that Black and White Ranger. I tell him every time I talk to him, that song, I still be banging it in my car and everything. Seriously.
It's just hard. It's hard.
I like that. I like that song, man. So, do you feel like we need more R&B singers in Delaware? Male R&B singers in Delaware?
Male R&B singers in Delaware.
Or just in general, female or males?
General.
Hold on. Before you answer, let me rephrase it. We can always use more R&B singers.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's enough R&B singers?
I feel like it's enough.
Like, do you feel like we like they just where they at out here? It seem like.
I think we need more R&B singers that are a little bit more authentic, honestly. Because there's a lot of artists that are R&B that I'm just like, hey, the quality of music is good, but it's just like I feel like I could just put on someone else's catalog and it's the same thing, you know what I mean? And I feel like, and that's the thing with R&B is like it's a gray genre because it's like it's rhythms and blues, you know what I mean? Like there's just such a wide spectrum of like what that can sound like. But man, I just feel like people just should branch out a little more into the R&B sound and just try to make it their own. But I think overall, like I think the quality's very good. You know, if you put on couple of their songs, like, I'm not going to tell you to turn it off. I'm probably going to vibe to it. But if we're talking from a constructive point of view, I would say I'd like to hear just a little bit more authenticity. And that goes for the rap side as well. But I just feel like, you know, for the question you asked, definitely just more originality and just trying to, you know, mess around with those melodies and stuff. I feel like that's important, because that's mainly what you're doing in R&B music, is it's little wiggles and the little, you know, just the voice manipulation, if you will.
So I'll switch it a little bit. How you feel about labels, record labels, and being independent?
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit. I think it can definitely be a really good thing. You know, at the end of the day, it's, you know, you do have a lot of things taken off your plate as the artist. You know, you can focus on, you know, you don't have to worry about the posting and, you know, depending on what level you're at, you know what I mean? But like social media is, you know, gonna be at least worked with. You're gonna have, you know, you don't have to worry about booking shows and paying for stuff and this and that. It's just what a lot of people don't understand is, and depending on the contract that you have, of course, it's a glorified bank in a way. They're saying, hey, we're lending you X amount to help with your career, and yes, we have the team to do this and that, but like, we want this money back and then some, you know? So it's like, look, I don't mind, like, and this is just for me personally, if you're signed to a label and it's working out for you, that's great. For me, it has to make sense. I know my longevity. I know, you know, my creative level and just the sound that I put out, and the fact that I'm only 3 years into this shit and I'm already where I am. It's just like, look, when I get to 5 to 10 years, like, it's going to be unstoppable. But I know my worth at the end of the day. You're going to tell me, oh, you can only put out X amount of music a year, yada, yada, yada. And that's what you hear from a lot of artists, is they're like, man, I want to leave my label. They aren't letting me put out music. And it's like, for me, I didn't start this because I wanted traction and I wanted, you know, to do shows and whatever. Like, I had something to say. It's my therapy.
What I don't understand is, like, if I hit an artist out Delaware for an interview, they'll say, contact my manager or contact this person. Like, bro, just do the interview. What's the you act like you Lil Wayne or something? Like, it's like people feel like that entitlement. I feel like it's crazy out here for people that haven't made it.
Right.
That's trying to make it. I feel like people feel like they made it already out here, and they feel like when people sign to a label, I feel before you if you're not signed to a major label but you sign to a label, I feel like it make people think like it like boosted their ego a little.
Yeah, definitely. And like, that's the thing, is like, look, I'm down to have a manager, I'm down to have a team, but it's just like, if you're in this just to make money off of me, then like, I don't want to work with you. Like, I genuinely, like, if you don't see the value that I have, and like, you know, I've had labels reach out. They say, we can give you X amount for your career, you know, for a single or for this and that. And it's just like, but I feel like you're just sitting in this room with me because you can see what you can get out of me, not because you see my vision. So if we don't have the same vision, let's say I do work with you. Hey, my soul, God, is telling me to make this type of music, and you're saying, actually, we need you to do this and that. Now, like, for me, again, it's all about the team. It's all about, if you don't see me for me and you don't want to do what I want to do, like the creative process, you know, if it came to a manager, if it came to a label, you guys can have some input. Sure. I love creative input. But at the end of the day, like, the executive decision comes down to me. I'ma stand on that. So it's like, you know, I'm down to have a team, I'm down to have a manager, but, you know, I would rather work independently until it's like I have an offer that I can't refuse and that it's going to benefit me in the long run. It's more of a partnership, not so much I'm bringing you on.
Right.
I know my worth. I'm going to be worth millions one day. That's without a question. It's just more so of, can you help me get to that point? And do you actually want to help me get to that point? Not just what can you gain off of it?
So if somebody wanted a feature from you or wanted to book you for anything, what's the process?
What's the process?
Yeah.
Man, look, if I see that show benefiting me, honestly, if I know you like that, or if you even help me, if you put me, look, if you help me, I'll help you. That's how I see it. But when we're talking just like we're strictly on business, like, you know, I'm gonna throw out the price that I think that I'm worth, but at the end of the day, like, I'm also not just black and white with it. You know, I definitely can work with people, you know, even for features. I just been like, hey, I just want to make the music, just pay for the studio hour, you know what I mean? Like, that's really what it is. Like, and you know, I understand at a point it's definitely gonna be like black or white, you know, and not because it's like I don't like y'all or anything, but it's just more of like, I'm putting in hours into this music, I'm doing shows, I'm traveling, studio time, this and that, and like, it's not so much about entitlement, but everyone's gonna have some level of entitlement when it comes to their music, because this is my art, this is my craft, this is my career. You know, if I'm not trying to make money in some way, shape, or form, you know, then I should just be calling this a hobby. But that's, you know, the process is, let's talk about it and see what works for everybody.
What's your contacts?
What's that?
What's your contacts? Your contacts if somebody want to reach out.
Contacts?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. You can hit me up on Instagram, WTLoverboy989. I pretty much respond. Sometimes I just be busy, but yeah, you can hit me up on Instagram pretty much.
Okay. And before we get up out of here, man, do you have anything coming up? Anything going on coming up? Shows or anything? You'd like to speak on it?
Yeah, man. Look, I've been putting in a lot of work, man. You know, as I said, in the last year, beginning of this year, I'm not the janitor, but I'm about to mop the floor. You feel me?
Talk heavy. Heavy.
I just dropped a song. It's called "Lose You." I got a Afro vibe coming out with Pauly B this month. Shout out Pauly B. I dropped the project back in December. I'll tell you when you're older. It's about, you know, a different side of me, you know, about the relationship with my father and all that, and the feelings that come along with that.
Right.
I got a Dave East feature, Chameleon. Go stream that shit. We on one. You know, I definitely just got more of that country vibe coming out this year. And you know, just being myself. I feel like that's the most important thing when you're moving in music, you know. It's definitely, you know, we can all make a song, push it, get a bag, and then leave, but like, I'm here for a while, so I just want to let people know that it's not gonna stop anytime soon.
Most definitely. Listen, man, I appreciate you for coming on the platform. Keep doing your thing. Keep staying consistent. Don't stop. Hopefully we'll get you back on here again.
Yeah.
Doors is always open, man. Whenever you want to get back on the platform, we here.
Hell yeah. Appreciate you, man. Definitely.